And he basically just told you, I've been kind of just basically pretending. They been gave up. They been gave up. They gave up a long time ago. They didn't. The thing is, they gave up. They just didn't tell us. They're unqualified. They're inept people. And they're making this into they're making this into a joke. They love to be, it be the same ones, don't it? 3 out of the 4 I recognize. Look at Cam with his dashiki on, and Catchy, and the little Negro with the hat. It be the same ones. Whatever that other one might have been. What was that? That might have been 2017. This other NBC News. I don't know what it was old. But here's another one. And here's another one that shows you, this is, well, I think this is the one I was talking about that was around the Ta-Nehisi thing, which shows you that they don't ever do nothing for themselves. They don't ever, listen, people gonna get enough. People gonna get enough of not having any kind of movement and feeling like they can, and he, because of his connections, he has been able to squander things through this local reparation stuff. Right? Will the Caribbean Reparations Initiative inspire a revitalization of the U.S. movement? Now, why in the world would an island inspire a country? What? That's not what we do. That's not even how things work. Somebody just needed something to write about. And this was in 2014. Yeah, I think this is the one that was 2014. But listen to this. On April 19, 2014, at Chicago State University, Beckles delivered the keynote speech to hundreds assembled and thousands around the world viewing the live webcast of a reparations rally. See, we done had reparations rallies before. I don't know where everybody keep. We're gonna be outside. We're gonna be outside. They outside. They having a rally. They doing something. Is it gonna be effective? No, but at least they doing something. Okay, delete the tweet. Delete that message. Organized by the Institute of the Black World of the 21st Century, a New York-based advocacy and public policy organization led by veteran activist Dr. Ron Daniels. Full disclosure, I work as a director of communications for IBW. Why are you writing this story? Oh my God. The stated purpose of the rally was to revitalize the reparations movement in the United States. Now, by their own metric, they failed, right? If your goal was to let me tell you, they have been trying to revitalize the reparations movement with no supporters, right? With no boots on the ground, with no followers for how long? That was 2014. And instead of saying, when ADOS walked into the room, you know what? You all did what we could not. It is what it is. We are going to pass the baton. No, they jumped right in front. Listen, when it comes time to come outside, we got to get outside. And shout out to the people who've been outside. People been outside in, what was it, St. Louis, we've been outside in Atlanta, been outside in New York. Shout out to everybody who's been outside. Because these people are getting in the way. They don't have any competency level. They don't have any skill set. There are no aims about, well, how are we going to do this? It's just posturing. They've been failing for decades. That's what they're good at. They're real good at failing. That's what they've been doing. Right? So, Coates gave them an end. Everything died after that. Coates went around and got awards. I have never seen anybody, and I've said this before, but I'm going to say it every time Coates' name come up. I have never seen anybody get that far off one article. It wasn't them books. I read them books. Ain't them books. Well, not the fiction ones. I'm not reading your fiction, but I heard it wasn't great either. But what is it? We were once in power. That's his essays. Most it's not. So I have never seen anybody get this far off. I'm not saying he wasn't right before then, but it wasn't a big deal. I have never seen anybody get this far off one essay, and then walk away and say he's not an activist. And he said, "I'm not an activist. That's not my job." But every time somebody invites him to come back and be on TV, he comes back. Child. No coordination, no strategy. Just every time. Let me tell you what the strategy is for Ron Daniels. Every time reparations comes up, run outside. Hey, we've been doing this for a long time. You should talk to us. Every time Coates writes something, 2014. Hey, y'all remember me? But If you have connections in certain places and people don't really want to do the real thing and deal with ADOS, you can get some traction. But, oh my goodness, it's awful. It's awful to watch this level of incompetence, this level of dysfunction on a national level. It's awful. It really is awful to watch it. It's not just this. You see, they're talking, when you go to Boston, they're talking similarly, right? Overall, there simply won't be enough money to compensate descendants. Yeah, that's why it's not a good thing that it's local. Yes, you're right. There won't be enough money to compensate all descendants of slaves, said Tracy Griffith, director of the racial justice program at the ACLU. I don't even know how ACLU got in this. They got what's the child's name? Eric Alexander running around with cups of ice cream and telling the college kids, the HBCU kids, we give y'all some ice cream if y'all sign up and say you support HR 40 or whatever. This is how they do activism. That's why compensation will have to take more creative ways to address redlining and the harms and the blah, blah, blah. That's how they do activism. Right? Their version of activism is ice cream for everybody. Not create something good enough and powerful enough that people want to support it. No, I'm just going, what you think? Now, y'all Ben and Jerry's. Y'all do ice cream. What y'all think? If we give the kids ice cream, if they sign up, what y'all think? I've never seen that. I've never seen this level of incompetence. This is supposed to be a serious lobbying effort, like in terms of the federal government. This is not supposed to be. This is not supposed to be some kind of experiment in foolishness. This is not supposed to be, woo. This is not supposed to be a housing refurbishment plan. And like I said, I blame all of the reporters, especially the ADOS reporters, who wrote about this as if it were something. I think if they did not know better, they should have known better. I think if they did not research, they should have researched. I think if they felt the way about saying something negative about this, they still should have said it. You have to be honest. And there is no honesty in this space. Right? There is no honesty in this space. And so my only conclusion, right? The only conclusion that I have to offer is that everybody in this space is incompetent. And ADOS has to take over the space before it's too late. Because like I said, this is a season. There's a season for everything. This is the season. There's a reason why we anchored this, and the way we anchored it resonated with people, and people got excited about it. And then all of a sudden what we see is that people are trying to take it out of the hands of the people who got people excited about it in the first place. And they don't have anybody to support them. They don't care. They want what they want. And so my view now on local reparations, and we'll have to take an official position on it soon, but I'm going to tell you right now, my official position on local reparations is that we have to get out there to make sure that we dispatch with this tomfoolery. No, this is not reparations. How much is your budget? How in the world do you plan to give cash payments? Okay, what else could you use that money for? Because you know it's only a couple $100,000 to do like a really nice wealth study. Might not even be that much. So why are you using that and saying we're gonna fund reparations with $200,000, right? We're gonna fund. No, you're not. You can't. You can do something good with that money, but do not call it reparations. You can do something that you can leverage against the federal government, but calling this stuff reparations, it's gotta stop. Because it ain't nothing but foolishness. It's nothing. It's nothing but bingo balls and all kinds of foolishness. And it's gotta go. It has got to go. It's just, you see everybody running around doing all kind of dumb stuff. What are we doing that for? What are we doing that for? Did y'all see this? Shout out to Non-Human Media who put this up. Like the level of incompetence is absolutely breathtaking. Hold on a second, I'm gonna bring this back up. They got Jam. They got Mr. Wimbush who's still going around and says we get right wing money, no evidence. They got Nkechi Taifa, and I don't know who the other person is.